today. All right, so the recording has started. I didn't understand the question in the chat box. Can you explain me what you wanted to ask, Bhushan? Bhushan, may I request you to turn on your microphone and tell me what you wanted to ask through this question, because the multiple choices seem not so relevant and I cannot exactly identify what you wanted to ask. If you are asking the question tag of this, many people want to travel the world, then don't they is the answer. Okay. All right. Let's.
It's what asked in the question.
Excuse me. Please repeat.
It's what asked in the book, sir.
Now what to find? Which is the correct one? So A is incorrect. Many people don't want to travel the world. Okay, some people don't want to travel the world is more appropriate. So this also can be. Don't many people want to travel the world? This seems correct. Interrogative sentence. Not many people want to travel the world. So I guess C is the right and better in contextual use. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Before we begin, just like in the other days, I would like to share you some set of questions. Mostly the set of questions are mixed. Some questions will focus on what we are going to read today, and other questions will focus on what we have been reading so far. So going through the test, you will also realize what are the other weaknesses that you can discuss with me. And some of the questions, like in the previous class, you may have to type, but I don't think in today's session you have to type. All multiple choice questions are there, so it will not be difficult for you. Some vocabulary related questions are there, some phrasal verbs and idioms related questions are there, and others conjunctions and relative clause type of questions are there, one or two, and just to check your pre-understanding. So go through the test paper and then we will continue with the session today. Okay, I will give you maximum 3 to 4 minute time to deal with these 10 questions, and we will continue with the lesson. Okay, please take your time and check out the link which is shared in the chat box. If you find it very difficult to go to the link, let me know and I will definitely help you.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Niraj. Is it done? Okay. Okay, the fourth question. One mistake. Fourth question. So what is the fourth question here? Which one of the following? Oh, did you make it mistake? Or did you realize that you have done it in wrong way? Assis? All right, so that happens. Okay, just 1 minute. I'm waiting. Some of them are yet to submit. I have received some answers already. Okay, I'm not taking much time to discuss about the answers now because, as you know, I will discuss about the answers later on when we will go on with the today's plan. So the topic that we are going to discuss today can be very much confusing in the examination sometimes because even the easiest thing in English language can be confusing when it comes to grammar. And most of us have a habit of guessing instead of going through the rules, and memorizing the rules is very difficult. So the best way to memorize the rule is going through the examples and checking on through different books and different sources. If you rely only in internet and online, you may miss a lot of rules, but go through the authentic books, physical books, or if the PDF version of the authentic books you can find, then you will be able to understand in detail about how these topics are taught and how these topics are understood. Okay, about relative clause and conjunction, even though they are very easy, sometimes they can be tricky, and for that we all will be seriously understanding in today's session. So are you ready? I will discuss the answers later on when you will understand the rules and realize your mistakes before. Okay. All right. Thank you for the response in the chat box. Okay. First of all, we will go and talk about relative clause. So can you type something on relative clause? What type of clauses are called relative clause? Okay. Okay. Someone wants to join this call. सेम लिङ्क आई हेभ सेन्ड कल्याण कोही कोही चाहिँ आउने जाने गरिरहनु भएको थियो त्यसैले यस सञ्चिता सुवेदी कम्स हियर विथ द एन्सर हु हुम हुज हाउ एक्ज्याक्टली द्याट इज रिलेटिभ क्लज अरू कसैलाई केही भन्नुपर्ने छ प्लिज बी एक्टिभ ओके ऑल राइट
दुईवटा सेन्टेन्सलाई रिलेट गर्ने सर
एक्ज्याक्टली सो रिलेटिभ क्लज मात्र होइन रिलेटिभ एडभर्ब्सहरू अनि रिलेटिभ एड्जेक्टिभ्सहरू पनि कहिलेकाहीँ आउन सक्छ तर रिलेटिभ क्लज कुनै पनि दुईवटा पर्सन अथवा थिङलाई अथवा कुनै एउटा पर्सन अथवा थिङको बारेमा एक्स्ट्रा इन्फर्मेसन दिनु पर्दा हामी रिलेटिभ क्लजहरू युज गर्छौँ जस्तो हु विच द्याट इटिसी ओके so some of the examples we will definitely see, like for people, we use who, whom, and whose. as per the placement of the word. If it is in the subject, we use who. If it is in the object, we use whom. And if it talks about the possession for people, animal, and thing, it is whose. So he meets a boy who works in the factory. He meets a boy whom he likes very much. When we are talking about uh, pronoun or noun in the place of object, then we use whom. So the difference between these two sentences is the first sentence who describes the person and how, where he works, whereas in the second sentence it talks about my likeness of the boy when I'm using the sentence in simple. And the third one, he meets a boy whose father is blind. So when we are using possession for people and animal and describe extra information about their relationship with other, then we use whose. So who, whom, and whose also can come in confusing way sometimes, and we have to be very much smart to decide the right answer. So these three examples might help you to decide it. About the place where something happens, I like the village where I was born. This is the church, etc. etc. So while we are talking about a place, we use which to describe the place instead of to refer to something that happened in the place. It is different. I like the village which is 200 years old. So here the description of the village can be found in the extra information relating by using the word which. Time is defined by using when, nouns that express time. He came on Sunday when there was holiday in school. This is the time of the year when many people suffer from fever. So, referring to the time, we use when. And for animal, things, and birds, we use which or that. I don't like the sort that bought yesterday. So, this is a thing. There are flowers which I gave to her. A bat is a bird that flies at night and hears very well. So we refer to the bird by using that. That and which can be sometimes confusing, like the apples which he bought in the shop are rotten, but here, so we do not use which for the bird or insect or other, but we use which for flowers and apples. So look at the way things are used. And for ways, reasons, and methods, we use why, how, and what. He doesn't know why he has come here. He knew how they solved the problem. I didn't give what you want. Can you tell me what he did yesterday? So for reason, we use why. For talking about manner and ways, we use how. For talking about thing or action, we use what. So this is how we can connect. Are also difficult, but sometimes can be tricky. So I just wanted to quickly recall the topic. Most important topic in today's session is conjunction, because in conjunction, so many confusing things are there. So conjunction also can come to connect two sentences. Either they are independent clauses or dependent clauses. Sometimes for purpose, we use so that or in order to, and also so as to. So is per the next phrase or phrasal verb, as well as the noun phrase it is used in the example sentence, we decide. I worked hard so that I could get good marks. I worked hard in order to get good marks. So in order to is used directly when the verb is followed next, but if subject comes, although the meaning of both the sentences or both the conjunctions is same, but as per the use in the sentence with noun phrase or the full sentence or independent clause, we decide in different way. I worked hard so as to get good marks. Look at these three sentences, three ways of expressing the purpose. Why did I work hard? For same reason, but can be expressed in different ways. Even though, in spite of, mostly you get confused in this. For situational clause, we use although, and though is also somehow same. And both the meaning can come in context in the same. Like, although his leg is broken, he runs fast. Though his leg is broken, he runs fast. Although gives more emphasis on the broken leg. Though gives less emphasis on the broken leg. But the meaning is almost same. Even though his leg is broken, he runs fast. It more focuses on the struggle done by the person. Despite having the broken leg, he runs fast. So despite can be the best appropriate replacement for even though. Yeah. In spite of his broken leg, you can see in spite of comes with his broken leg noun phrase, he runs fast. And his leg is broken, however, he runs fast. So but is non-formal, informal, however is formal. So we can use either in this case. Similarly, his leg is broken, yet he run fast. So these are situational clauses, and whatever has more impactful meaning, we have to decide as per the rules in multiple choice questions. But if same thing comes like although and though in the same option, then you will be very much confused. I think that type of confusing options should not be given, but even if they give, then you will have to select the best possible answer looking at the meaning it makes. Okay, reason clauses like is, since, because of, therefore, these are very easy because they come with the reason clearly. As he was careless, he failed his exam. He was careless also independently makes meaning. He failed his exams also makes independently meaning. We connect by using is to talk about the reason. Reason was his carelessness, result is the failure in the examination. So we aid in this way. He failed his exams because he was careless. Now we can also express reason by using some other clauses such as so, therefore, that's why, etc. So they always come with another sentence in the middle to connect them. And other clauses like not only but also can come, but we always have to go and see the parallel combination of the sentences, how they are used. Not only Ram but also Hari goes to school. Ram not only dances but also sings. Sita is not only clever but also beautiful. So that's how the same parts of speech are often used with not only and but also is shown in the sentences. But we cannot do this mistake like Ram not only played football but also basketball. We do not say like this. Rather, Ram played not only football but also basketball. So we do not write two times all these things, but the verb must come with the subject immediately so that the action is clear. Ram played because basketball also is a playing game, and football also is a playing game. So this is how we try to avoid errors in our sentence. Similarly, for either or and neither nor also same kind of rule follows. Either Ram reads a book or writes a letter. We do not use. So Ram either reads a book or writes a letter is the best way. So you may think like why Ram is given more important priority, because it is talking about two things that Ram can do. Either Ram reads a book or writes a letter. So out of these two, one activity is done by Ram at a time. So both the teacher and the students are present in the hall. He gave us both oranges and mangoes. So both followed by and can be used in this way. So followed by that can be used in this way. She was so nervous that she could not say anything. Okay, it was so dark that we could not see anything. For contradictory ways and the reason that because of darkness we cannot see anything, we can have this way of mentioning and connecting two sentences or clauses. Similarly, for as well as, they speaks English as well as French. So in the previous day, I asked you with as well as always we compare one with another like English and French, beautiful and intelligent, sing and dance, saris and pants. So in this way, we can use as well as in the middle to compare two things which carry the equal load and weightage in the sentence. Is followed by is, similarly then in comparison. He works harder than his friends do. Sassy runs as fast as her friends does. So in word choice type of question, these confusing things can come. So I am talking about the examples now and you will be aware of these type of rules. He bought a book and read it carefully. She writes slowly and neatly. So and can be used to connect two ideas not only in the noun place but also in the predicator of the sentence. Gopal is poor but honest, and Anu likes noodles but his brother doesn't. For contradictory idea, we use but. For common and similar ideas, we use and. Thinking that these kind of connecting phrases also can be used. Raju came to my house. he thought I would give him some money. These two sentences can be merged and made the same sentence. Raju came to my house thinking that I would give him some money. Similarly, time and conditional clauses also work in the same way. As soon as I got the news, I ran to my house. We are safe as long as we are with our parents. So Anu has not met me since he left Kathmandu. So this is how. Okay, thank you so much for the responses in the chat box. I'm just seeing it. So this is how we do. And sometimes you get confused with and but also. Like and is used to connect similar ideas, but but is used to talk about the contrast or exceptional ideas, negative ideas. उल्टो एन्डले चाहिँ साइमल्टेनियसली एउटै एउटै खालको आइडियालाई कनेक्ट गर्छ भने बटले फरक आइडियालाई कनेक्ट गर्छ. जस्तो सी लाइक्स एप्पल्स एन्ड ओरेन्जेस, यसमा दुइटै लाइक्सको कुरा भयो, तर बट युज गर्दा चाहिँ दुइटै लाइक्स हुँदैन. जस्तो सी लाइक्स एप्पल्स but not oranges. So when we have to contrast or put an exception, we use but. But whenever we are talking about both with same kind of likeness or dislikeness, we use and. Similarly, although, nevertheless, and even though also can be slightly confusing in the use. Although is used to introduce a contrasting depending clause. Contrasting dependent clause means like although he was very weak in studies, he secured good score in the examination. Nevertheless is used to introduce a contrasting independent clause or sentence emphasizing the contrast, focusing the contrast. Nevertheless, having very lazy in the classroom, Samir stood out outstanding at the final examination. Even though also used like although, but for a stronger emphasis on the contrast. Even though his leg is broken, he did not give up in walking with uh, the different kind of tools and methods. So wheelchair, you can say he walked so long and so fast in his wheelchair. So this is how we can give more focus on. But although, nevertheless, and even though are somehow very similar and synonymous to each other. Okay, so these are the few things I wanted to quickly highlight. And if you have already submitted the answer to those questions which I have shared earlier, then we will go and discuss about the answers in the next. But if you have any question in the middle, you can ask me. Yes. Okay, if they are not able to join, then I will see. Okay, I hope they are joined now. Thank you, Diksha. Thank you so much. Sorry, I did not pay much attention in the waiting list, thinking that other admins are here. Okay, so okay, I'm so sorry for making you wait for a while. Is it fine now? Is everyone here now? Okay, if you think that you have not submitted the answers and you want to participate in this quiz, you can simply go through the link which I have been sharing time and often. फेरि पनि यसलाई म सेयर गरिदिइहाल्छु है त. Okay, if you check out the meaning of this connective in Oxford Dictionary of English Grammar, you can see a word or other linguistic device serving to link linguistic units. It says conjunctions and or conjuncts are classed as connectives, linking or copular verbs, which are also sometimes included. You can also have a connection between these because they work in coherence and cohesion between the sentence. So coordination between two phrases, two clauses is done by conjunction in different ways. So if you come about it in different sources, okay, in like dictionaries or grammatical books, then you may find a lot, but mostly they are used to join the sentences, join the part of the sentences or join the clauses. Okay. All right, so if you have anything, you can put some questions here. All right, otherwise we will go and discuss the answers in the form that you have submitted earlier. So any confusion in relative clause and conjunction? And whenever you
Yes,
read
sir.
a new text, whenever you try to read articles or any type of induction, yeah, connectives are the words. Relative clause also can be connectives, but conjunctions are subordinate conjunction and then coordinating conjunctions. Conjunctions are actually however and but because of even though nevertheless despite etc, whereas connective can be pronoun also, connective can be a relative clause also, connective can be adverb clause also. So that's how uh, things differ. Okay, Kalyan, of the earlier sent notes are in the group, I guess, where in Telegram teachers have been sharing. You can just contact them. Okay, Hemant Bhandari, is there anything you wanted to share?
Yes, sir. What is the difference between 1 second, sir.
Okay.
In order to or so as to, sir?
Okay, in order to and so as to. So, for example, whenever you are linking two types of ideas like in order to uh, and so as to, would you please repeat the question once? In order to and so as to. Didn't you say that? Yes.
Yes, sir. So as to.
Okay. Let me make it clear. In order to is actually more formal and very much commonly used. It can be used at the beginning or in the middle of the sentence, like in order to improve his health, he started exercising regularly. In order to improve his grammar, he started practicing regularly from different sources. Or it can come in the middle also, like she has been studying very hard in order to pass the so that can be used in order to, but so as to is slightly less common, but the reason comes exactly in the same way. He whispered so as to grab the attention of her, or uh, she left so early. Uh, s- she left early so as to avoid the traffic and hurdles on the way. So this is how they can be used, but both are actually same. But in order to is more common and more formal in the use, whereas so as to is slightly less common, and it also can be used in your sentence. So I don't think that both the options in the same question will be given, because both are having same uses. Okay, Hemant, thank you so much for the question. It is very nice to
Okay,
think
sir.
about these ideas. Is there anything else, anybody? All right, if you have, you can put in despite and in spite of लाई आर इक्वल भनेर भन्नुभएको रहेछ पदमराज भट्टले। इक्वल नै भनिहाल्नु त मिल्दैन, किन भन्दा कन्जक्सनहरूलाई चाहिँ खासमा प्याराग्राफ राइटिङहरूमा अलिकति ब्युटिफुल बनाउनको लागि पनि युज हुन्छ। Despite is actually followed by a noun, pronoun, or gerund. For example, I will talk about one example of despite. Like for example, okay, despite feeling very tired, he finished his task in the evening. एकदमै थकित हुँदा हुँदै पनि आफ्नो काम सक्यो भनेर भन्न पाइयो डिस्पाइटमा। ओके, एन्ड सी सक्सिडेड डिस्पाइट हर ल्याक अफ एक्सपिरियन्स। एक्सपिरियन्स नहुँदा हुँदै पनि नहुँदा नहुँदै पनि उनले चाहिँ आफ्नो काममा सफल भइन् भन्दाखेरि डिस्पाइट हुने भयो। तर इन्स्पाइट अफमा चाहिँ हामी के गर्छौँ त, अब इट क्यान बी लिटल बिट लङ्गर एन्ड अफन इम्फसाइजेस द कन्ट्रास्ट मोर। लाइक कन्ट्रास्ट भनेको डिफरेन्सलाई बढी फोकस गर्छ। इन्स्पाइट अफ द रेन हि वेन्ट फर द हाइक। अब पानी पर्दा पर्दै पनि घुम्न गयो, पानी पर्दा पर्दैको सिचुएसनलाई इन्स्पाइट अफले अलिकति बढी हाइलाइट गर्छ। हुन त डिस्पाइटले पनि गर्ने त त्यही हो, तर इन्स्पाइट अफले अलि बढी हाइलाइट गर्ने भएर मात्रै हो। अनि इन्स्पाइट अफ द रेन अथवा इन्स्पाइट अफ हर ल्याक अफ एक्सपिरियन्स भनेर हामीले सिधै फर्स्ट फ्रेजमा ल्याउन सकिन्छ। सो दिज आर द डिफरेन्सेस। सेम नै छ तर अलिकति फरक मात्र छ भन्ने कुरा हो है त। Padamraj, thank you for the question. अब हामी हजुरहरूले अघि गरेकै कुरामा एकैछिन छलफल गरौँ, किन भन्दा त्यहाँ धेरै खालको मिस्टेकहरू पनि भेट्न सकिन्छ। एभरेज अब धेरैजनाको 5 6 भन्दा आएको रहेनछ, 0 1 2 मा कसैको छैन, 3 ल्याउनेदेखि 9 ल्याउनेसम्म स्टुडेन्टहरू हुनुहुन्छ। यो कुराहरू एकपटक छलफल गरौँ, किन यस्तै कुरामा कन्फ्युजन हुन्छ अनि एक्जाममा अलिकति गाह्रो पर्छ है त। The boy who has won the competition is smiling. Which word is relative clause in the previous sentence? Boy relative clause हो भनेर एकजनाले भन्नुभएछ। अब रिलेटिभ क्लजलाई नबुझिकन गरेको भएर यस्तो भयो होला। आई थिङ्क नाउ यु आर भेरी मच क्लियर अबाउट रिलेटिभ क्लज। अब बोयलाई रिलेटिभ क्लज भनेर त कहिल्यै भन्नुहुन्न होला होइन। हु भन्ने 35 जना हुनुहुन्छ, ह्याज भन्ने 7 जना हुनुहुन्छ। ह्याजले रिलेटिभ क्लजको काम गर्दैन, ह्याजले त मेन भर्बलाई हेल्प गर्ने काम गर्छ के अरे। इज भनेको भनेर भन्ने 3 जना हुनुहुँदो रहेछ। सो बी केयरफुल नाउ। आई होप यु आर क्लियर इन द टपिक रिलेटिभ क्लज एन्ड यु विल नेभर डु दिस मिस्टेक अगेन। अर्को छ डट हिज लेग इज ब्रोकन ही रन्स फास्ट। अल्दो हिज लेग इज ब्रोकन ही रन्स फास्ट। अब हाउएभरले चाहिँ खासमा अलिकति दुईटा कन्ट्रास्टिङ आइडियालाई कनेक्ट गर्ने काम गर्छ बट जसरी, र हिज लेग इज ब्रोकनले चाहिँ थोरै फोकस यस्तो हुँदा हुँदै पनि भन्ने अवस्थालाई फोकस गरेको भएर अल्दो एकदमै धेरै मोर एप्रोप्रिएट हुन्छ। Next one, all the dot are white. Now this is very confusing. Ship को singular र plural नजानेको हो भने यसमा कन्फ्युजन हुन्छ। ships हुँदैन, ship को जहिले पनि plural पनि ship नै हुन्छ। त्यही भएर all the ship are white is the right answer. Children, fish, they are also plural. Which one of the following noun is singular? Cattle or people or vermin or bacterium? Bacterium is singular, rest of others are plural. अब यसमा झुक्किनु भएको रहेछ, नझुक्किनु होला। cattle, people, vermin यी सबै plural हुन्, bacterium मात्र एउटा singular हो। He is wearing white clothes. अब यसमा स्पेलिङको कुरा आयो, CLOTHES हुनुपर्छ जस्तो हो। व्हाइट क्लोथ्स नै किन भयो त, किन सिंगुलर क्लोथ भएन भन्दा बिकज पिपल हेभ डिफरेन्ट वेज अफ वेयरिङ बट दे जेनरली वेयर मल्टिपल ड्रेसेस होइन। किन भन्दा बटम एन्ड अप जस्तो अब पेन्ट एन्ड सर्ट अथवा अरू कुनै तरिकाले लगायो भने हामीले एउटा क्लोथ लगाएको भन्नुभन्दा पनि सेट अफ क्लोथ्स भन्ने भएको भएर अलवेज प्लुरल हुन्छ। यसमा पनि नझुक्किनु होला, सिंगुलर क्लोथमा लाउनेहरूको चाहिँ मिस्टेक भयो। अब यहाँ त विच अफ द फलोइङ इज सिंगुलर, यसमा पनि एउटा मात्र सिंगुलर छ। सेलेबाई इज प्लुरल, रेडियाई इज प्लुरल, लोकाई इज अल्सो प्लुरल, न्यूक्लियस इज ओन्ली सिंगुलर। त्यही भएर न्यूक्लियस इज द राइट एन्सर। द पपुलेसन अफ द टाउन इज 5000 है। 5000 हुँदैन, किन भन्दा हामीले 5 भनेर भनिसके पछाडि 1000 2000 3000 हुँदै 5 वटा 1000 भएको हो। So we do not say thousands, rather 1000. So this type of confusing vocabularies also can be asked in word choice type of questions. So you can be quite aware of it. Now spectacles are for sale. Now because there is are, है, अब सेलमा छ भन्नुको अर्थ एउटा मात्रै चस्मा त सितिमिति बेचिँदैन, धेरैवटा चस्माहरू बेच्न राखिन्छ। त्यही भएर द पेयर्स अफ स्पेक्टेकल्स भनेको, पेयर्सको अर्थ यहाँनिर के लाग्छ भन्दा एउटा मात्र होइन कि धेरैवटा, एकदमै धेरै। पसलमै गइसके पछाडि त हामीले धेरैवटा चस्माहरू देखिन्छ। त्यही भएर एउटा चस्मालाई चाहिँ, एउटा पेयर अफ चस्मालाई अ पेयर अफ स्पेक्टेकल भनिन्छ, स्पेक्टेकल्स भनिन्छ। तर धेरैवटा पेयर भएको भएर सेलमा राखेको कन्डिसन भएको भएर कन्टेक्स्टलाई बुझेर एन्सर लिँदाखेरि हामीले द पेयर्स अफ भन्नुपर्ने हुन्छ। यो अलिकति कन्फ्युजिङ नै थियो इन्टेन्सनल्ली, किन भन्दा मोस्टली अब इन्ट्रान्स एक्जामिनेसन, कम्पिटेटिभ मल्टिपल चोइस क्वेसन एक्जामिनेसनहरूमा यस्तै कन्फ्युजिङ कुराहरू राखिदिन्छ। अनि सानो कुरा जे हिडन छ नि त्यो कुरालाई हेर्नु भएन भने फेरि मिस्टेक हुन सक्छ। सो जस्ट टु मेक यु अवेर आई हेभ इन्क्लुडेड दिस क्वेसन। नेक्स्ट इज दे हेभ मेनी डट इन देयर हाउस, मेनी चिल्ड्रेन इन देयर child the singular भइहाल्यो। So children is the right answer. Okay, the scenery of Pokhara is charming. Yes, CENERY scenery. अब सीनहरु जो ब्युटिफुल सीनहरु हुन्छ त्यसलाई चाहिँ सिनरी बनाउँछ। त्यही भएर यसमा सिनरी, दिस इज हाउ this work. So I hope I made the questions clear for the day. And if you have any questions now, we can again discuss for a while. Okay. Can you send the link again? भन्नुभएको रहेछ। ल कसको छुटेको छ? हजुरले चाहिँ गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। अब त डिस्कस पनि गरिसक्यौँ। फुल मार्क्स नै आउन सक्छ होला हैन? ओके, हियर it is. Okay, thank you so much for listening. अब हजुरको के कन्फ्युजन छ पढेको कुरा केही छ? Okay, in the chat box or you can turn on the mic and say something. अब एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट कुरा म भन्छु, भोलिको क्लासमा चाहिँ हामीले रिपोर्टेड स्पिचलाई पढ्दैछौँ। रिपोर्टेड स्पिचमा धेरैवटा रुलहरू हुने भएकोले हजुरहरूले त्यसलाई राम्रोसँग बुझेर आउनु हुन म अनुरोध गर्छु। के छ भन्दा जस्तो when we are dealing with reported speech, you must know the types of tenses, you must know the types of sentences, you must know the reporting verb and connecting words, connectives, and you must know adverb, that is time adverb or place adverb, when we convert from one medium to another medium. Okay, it is another 3 days. Okay, for the holidays until the holidays, the right answer. गिरिजाले भन्नुभएको छ।
Why, sir? Could you please explain?
This until one.
Yes, sir.
Oh, यसमा चाहिँ कस्तो भन्दा जति अब the uses of until generally indicate the amount of time remaining for the holiday to begin. त्यहाँनिर के हुन्छ भन्दा जस्तो for is used when we typically talk about the purpose or duration, जस्तो for 4 days, for 5 days भनेर हामीले कुनै पनि टाइम ड्युरेसनको बारेमा, जस्तो it takes me 4 days for completing my task, त्यसरी युज हुन्छ। टु चाहिँ युज हुन्छ अब when we indicate a time until an event, जस्तो he is not used in this specific construction। अब यसमा टु यसमा कन्स्ट्रक्सनमा मिलेन, किन भन्दा it is another 3 days to the holidays भन्दा यसले चाहिँ सबै होलिडेजलाई जनाएको छ नि, बिदा सुरु हुनुभन्दा अगाडिको कुरा जनाएको छ। कुनै पनि टास्क कम्प्लिट गर्नुपर्ने अथवा केही त्यस्तो सिचुएसन हुन्थ्यो भने टु भन्न मिल्थ्यो, त्यो पनि मिलेन। अन चाहिँ हामीले पर्टिकुलर डेलाई युज गर्छौँ, जस्तो अन मन्डे, अन सन्डे भनेर। अनि त्यही भएर अरूभन्दा अन्टिल नै सबभन्दा उपयुक्त भयो यसमा है।
Okay, sir.
although, even though and though को कुरा सोध्नु भएको रहेछ पदमराजले। although, even though and though चाहिँ somehow अब एउटै पनि हो। कन्भर्सनहरुमा चाहिँ कहिलेकाहीँ जस्तो लेख्दै गर्दा राइटरले एसेमा जतिखेर पनि although लेख्दाखेरि त बोरिङै हुन्छ भनेर कहिलेकाहीँ त्यसरी चेन्जेसहरु ल्याउनको लागि राख्न सक्नुहुन्छ। तर कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दा मल्टिपल चोइस क्वेशनमा हजुरलाई के क्वेशनहरु सो भने यसरी कन्फ्युजिङ तरिकाले सेम खालको दुईटा अप्सन चाहिँ सकेसम्म दिदैन। तर त्यसमा कुनै कन्फ्युजन छ अथवा मिसअन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङ छ भने त्यो बेला क्लियर पार्नको लागि ओभरअल सेन्टेन्सको मिनिङ हामीले हेर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ। अब जस्तो अल्दो चाहिँ अलिअलि बढी फर्मल उसमा युज हुन्छ हैन। जस्तो अल्दोको एउटा एक्जाम्पल हेरिहालौँ। अब अल्दो सी वाज भेरी टायर्ड सी हेल्प्ड हर मदर इन द किचन हैन। टायर्ड थकाइ लाग्दा लाग्दै पनि किचनमा मामुलाई हेल्प गर्नुभयो भन्ने कुरा आयो। अनि त्यसैलाई चाहिँ अब इभन दो सी वाज भेरी टायर्ड एन्ड सी हेल्प्ड हर मदर इन द किचन, अब दुईटैको मिनिङ चाहिँ एउटै हुन्छ। तर अल्दो अलिकति बढी फर्मल हुन्छ अनि इभन दो चाहिँ अलिक बढी फर्मालिटी, अनि त्यसपछि अलिकति दया भाव देखाएर युज गर्ने चलन पनि छ। अनि दोमा चाहिँ जस्तो एकदमै धेरै फर्मल भन्दा इन्फर्मल मानिन्छ दोलाई चाहिँ। दो सी वाज भेरी टायर्ड सी हेल्प्ड हर मदर इन द किचन, यसरी भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ अलिक एकदमै लेस फर्मल मानिन्छ। अब फर्मालिटीको लागि चाहिँ अल्दो बढी राम्रो हुन्छ। हुन चाहिँ यो तीनटैको काम चाहिँ एउटै नै हो है त। ओके, थ्याङ्क यू सो मच। एउटा क्वेसन यहाँनिर पुष्पा यादवले राख्नु भएको रहेछ। I deducted the money now if you had loaned it to me a bit earlier. I would not have asked, would not asked, would not ask, would not have asked. So option number 1 is correct. गिरिजाले भनिसक्नु भएको रहेछ. Thank you so much. ओके, अन्टिलले चाहिँ टाइमलाई जनाउँछ. अब अनलेसले चाहिँ कन्डिसन कुनै अर्को सिचुएसनलाई जनाउँछ है. अब अन्टिल र अनलेस भन्नुभएको रहेछ, दुवै कन्जक्सन नै हुन्. अब अन्टिलले चाहिँ टाइम लिमिटलाई जनाउने भयो. जस्तो इक्जाम्पलको लागि एउटा हेरिहालौँ. जस्तो अन्टिलको इक्जाम्पल सोच्नु पर्दाखेरि के हुनसक्छ त भन्दा, सी वर्कड अन द प्रोजेक्ट अन्टिल मिडनाइट, रातिसम्म प्रोजेक्टमा काम गर्नुभयो भन्ने जनायो. अब अनलेसले चाहिँ अनलेस सी कम्प्लिट्स हर वर्क हर बोस विल नट गिभ हर होलिडे, जस्तो काम नसक्दासम्म बिदा दिनुहुन्न भन्ने कुरामा चाहिँ अनलेस युज भयो. सो द्याट्स हाउ वी युज दिज थिङ्स. ओके, अन्टिललाई चाहिँ हामीले केही भयो सर्टेन पोइन्ट अफ टाइमसम्म भन्नको लागि युज गर्छौँ भने अनलेसलाई चाहिँ हामीले जेनरल सिचुएसन, कन्डिसन अथवा एक्सेप्सनलाई चाहिँ जनाउनलाई युज गरिरहेको हुन्छौँ. Not equal then. Okay, time and condition. Okay, thank you Karan. Since र फरले पनि त्यही नै जनाउँछ. जस्तो फर 15 years भन्दाखेरि टाइम फ्रेम सुरुदेखि लास्टसम्मलाई जनायो भने सिन्स अब 2020 भनेर भन्दाखेरि 2020 देखि भन्ने अर्थ लाग्छ. अब इन्डिकेटिङ द टाइम, सिन्सले स्टार्टिङ पोइन्टलाई बढी फोकस गर्छ. जस्तो सी हेज बिन वर्किङ इन दिस कम्पनी सिन्स 2020 भनेर भने फरमा चाहिँ अब टाइम फ्रेमलाई जनाउँछ. सी हेज बिन वर्किङ इन दिस कम्पनी फर 10 years भनेर. त्यसरी चाहिँ पोइन्ट अफ टाइम भर्सेस द ड्युरेसन अफ टाइमलाई यसले बढी जनाइरहेको हुन्छ. अब दुवै खालको वर्डहरू चाहिँ पास्ट पर्फेक्ट टेन्समा बढी आइरहेको हुन्छ, पास्ट पर्फेक्ट अथवा प्रेजेन्ट पर्फेक्ट टेन्समा. ओके, थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच. पुष्पाले अर्को एउटा के भन्नुभएको रहेछ, इफ सी डट टु कम आई वुड बी डिलाइटेड. इफ सी वेयर टु कम है, इफ सी वेयर टु कम आई वुड बी डिलाइटेड, वुड फलोड बाई बी. त्यही भएर यसमा हामीले त्यो डिलाइटेड भन्ने कुरालाई चाहिँ नोटिस गर्दैनौँ, तर वुड प्लस बीलाई चाहिँ बढी नोटिस गर्छौँ. वाज राख्ने कि वेयर राख्ने त? कन्डिसनलमा फेरि वेयर राख्ने चलन हुन्छ. त्यही भएर वेयर नै बढी एप्रोप्रिएट हुन्छ है यसमा. किन भन्दा यो चाहिँ टाइप 1 कन्डिसनलमा जनाइयो नि त. त्यही भएर इफ सी वेयर टु कम आई वुड बी डिलाइटेड हुन्छ कि. कन्डिसनलको जसले पनि यो हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएसनमा हामीले फ्याक्ट भन्दा अलिकति बाहिरको भएको हुनाले वेयरलाई सबभन्दा राम्रो मानिन्छ. इफ आई वेयर अ बर्ड आई वुड फ्लाइ इन द स्काई. इफ आई वेयर द प्राइम मिनिस्टर आई वुड एन्ड करप्सन. यसरी गर्न सकिन्छ. अब इज त मिल्दै मिलेन. वाज किन मिलेन त फेरि एकपटक भनौँ भन्दा यो चाहिँ इजको पास्ट टेन्स हो, तर हाइपोथेटिकल नेचर अफ द सिचुएसन, जुन अनरियलिस्टिक नेचर अफ द सिचुएसन हो, त्यसलाई वाजले जनाउँदैन. वाजलाई चाहिँ रियालिटीतिर गाँच्न जान्छ. त्यही भएर भूषणले यहाँ एउटा के राख्नु भएको रहेछ, अलिकति लामो रहेछ, म हेरिहालौँ है त. हेमन्त सीसँग वाज लाग्छ, तर यो चाहिँ यो कन्डिसनल केसमा के हुन्छ भन्दा त्यो अनरियलिस्टिक सिचुएसन हुन्छ कि. त्यही भएर वेयर जान्छ सधैँ. Nayan writes more neatly than any other boy in the class. Nayan writing is very neat. Nayan writing is neater than all the boys in the class. No other boy of Nayan's class writes as neatly as he. Nayan writes neatly than all his classmates. भन्नुभएको रहेछ. यसमा अब कुन चाहिँ प्याराफ्रेजिङ स्टेटमेन्ट होला त भनेर पत्ता लगाउनु पर्ने छ जस्तो छ. के लाग्छ हजुरहरूलाई? कसैले सोच्नु भएको छ यसमा एन्सर? ओके, आई थिङ्क नम्बर सी इज द राइट अप्सन हियर. किन सी राइट अप्सन भयो त भन्दा इट एक्सप्रेसेस द कम्पेरिजन एन्ड मिनिङ अफ द ओरिजिनल सेन्टेन्स. जस्तो नो अदर बोय अफ नयन्स क्लास राइट्स एज निटली एज ही, अनि माथि भनेको छ नारायण रहेछ. सरी, नारायण राइट्स मोर निटली देन एनी अदर बोय इन द क्लास. जुन अरू सबैसँग कम्पेयर भएको छ त्यो कुरा सीले जनाएको भएर सी चाहिँ एन्सर हुन्छ जस्तो छ है त. करण गुप्ता आइडिया ट्राई गुगल. ओके, yeah, trying Google is always good idea to understand minor topics, but it is very much necessary to see how सेन्टेन्सेस आर युज्ड अनि आफ्नो दिमागमा पनि केही सेन्टेन्सहरू बनाइहाल्नु भयो भने सजिलो हुन्छ। आई लाइक टु कङ्ग्रेचुलेट यु फर यर रिसेन्ट इन्गेजमेन्ट अर अफ यर रिसेन्ट इन्गेजमेन्ट। अब भइसकेको छ भने यसमा चाहिँ अब फर यर रिसेन्ट इन्गेजमेन्ट भन्दाखेरि राम्रो होला होइन। ओ सरी, यसमा अन पनि रहेछ है, मैले सरी अघि अन देखिनँ। अन यर रिसेन्ट इन्गेजमेन्ट इज द बेस्ट अप्सन। सरी, अन चाहिँ सबभन्दा राम्रो। अघि मैले हेर्दाखेरि अन नदेखेर एबाउट फर र अफ मात्र देखेको छु। सो अप्सनमा अन छ, त्यही भएर अन चाहिँ राम्रो भयो। दिस preposition is generally used to congratulate people like on your, I wish you happy birthday on your birthday अनि त्यसपछि I wish you happy anniversary on your anniversary day। यसरी अन चाहिँ हामीले एक दिनको टाइमको लागि अन प्रिपोजिसन लगाउँछौँ। हजुरहरूको क्वेसनलाई डिल गर्दा अनि त्यसपछि हजुरहरूको अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङलाई थोरै हेल्प आजको टाइम चाहिँ सकिन आँट्यो। अनि हाउ हेभ यु बिन प्रिपेयरिङ इन यर ओन, लाइक घरमा कसरी प्रिपेयर गरिरहनु, कुन चाहिँ बुकहरू पढ्नु भएको छ अथवा यस्तै भिडियोहरू मार्फत मात्रै पढिरहनु भएको छ कि के छ? हाउ हेभ यु बिन प्रिपेयरिङ फर द बेटरमेन्ट अफ द ल्याङ्ग्वेज? क्यान यु राइट इन द च्याट बक्स एनीवन? कसरी पढिरहनु भएको छ घरमा? गिरिजा सेज नथिङ। होइन, ठिक छ। स्कुलमा हजुरले बनाएको नोटहरू अनि त्यस पछाडि बुकहरूबाट पनि रिभाइज गर्न सकिन्छ। किन 9 र 10 मा जे कुरा पढ्यो लगभग त्यही कुरा नै हो। अब ग्रामेटिकल कुराहरूमा त नयाँ धेरै थपिने भन्दा पनि त्यही कुराहरूलाई रिभाइज गर्ने नै हो। वाचिङ भिडियोज इज अल्सो गुड आइडिया। भिडियोहरू हेरेर स्पिकिङ स्किल पनि राम्रो हुन्छ, तर अलिअलि प्र्याक्टिस पनि गर्नुपर्छ है। निरुता सिंह नोभल पढ्छु भन्नुभएको छ। विच नोभल डु यु रिड निरुता? एडमिसन अफ ब्रिज कोर्स भन्नुभएको छ। ओके, द्याट्स गुड। अल राइट, ल अब भोलिको सेसनको लागि तपाईँहरूलाई म सानो होमवर्क दिन्छु है त। एउटा चाहिँ छ टाइप्स अफ सेन्टेन्सेस भन्ने। यो टाइप्स अफ सेन्टेन्सेसमा जस्तो एसर्टिभ सेन्टेन्स, जसलाई हामी डिक्लरेटिभ सेन्टेन्स पनि भन्छौँ, इम्पेरेटिभ सेन्टेन्स अनि इन्टरोगेटिभ सेन्टेन्स अनि त्यस पछाडि एक्सक्लामेटरी सेन्टेन्स, यसलाई राम्रोसँग रिभाइज गरेर आउनु होला। टेन्स, जुन 12 टेन्सहरू छन् नि, टेन्सको युज अनि त्यसपछि तिनीहरूको स्ट्रक्चर र अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङलाई राम्रो बुझेर आउनु होला। अनि टाइप्स अफ प्रोनाउन लाइक फर्स्ट पर्सन प्रोनाउन, सेकेन्ड पर्सन प्रोनाउन र थर्ड पर्सन प्रोनाउनलाई राम्रो पढ्नु होला। अनि त्यस पछाडि एडभर्बहरू जस्तो टाइम एडभर्बहरू यस्टरडे, टुडे, टुमोरो अनि त्यसपछि प्लेस एडभर्बहरू हियर, देयर, यस्तो खालको एडभर्बहरूलाई पनि राम्रोसँग पढ्नु होला। र मेनली त भर्ब नै चाहिन्छ, जस्तो रिपोर्टिङ भर्ब भन्ने चिजले एकदमै धेरै कभर अप गरेको हुन्छ यो टपिक। सो यति टपिकहरू चाहिँ भोलि रिभाइज गरेर आउनुभयो भने रिपोर्टेड स्पिच बुझ्नको लागि एकदमै सजिलो हुन्छ है त। भोलि हामीले रिपोर्टेड स्पिच पढ्छौँ, त्यो एकदमै अहिलेसम्मको इम्पोर्टेन्ट टपिक हुन्छ। र त्यो जानिसके पछाडि फेरि हामी सुरुबाट रिभाइज गर्छौँ। कुन कुन टपिकमा हजुरहरूलाई कन्फ्युजन हुन्छ भनेर म सोध्छु पहिला, अनि त्यसैको आधारमा चाहिँ नेक्स्ट विकको लागि प्लानिङ गर्छु। र जति पनि हामीले क्लासहरू यहाँ जेनरली रन गर्छौँ त्यसमा सुनेको आधारमा, बुझेको आधारमा आफूले घरमा रिभाइज गर्नु भएन भने जानेको कुराहरू बिर्सिँदै जान्छ, छुट्दै जान्छ। त्यसैले I kindly request every one of you to follow each and everything that we discuss outside the classroom. And for vocabulary development, reading novels and then watching some of the very interesting videos and movies and series also can be important. But I request you, आफूले नयाँ सिकेको वर्डहरूलाई आफ्नो डायरीमा अथवा आफ्नो केही कपीमा रेकर्ड चाहिँ गर्नुपर्छ। नत्र सुनिन्जेल त डायलग मजा आउँछ, तर पछि चाहिँ त्यो डायलगमा युज भएको वर्डहरू कता जान्छ। अनि आफूले प्रयोग गर्ने बेलामा त ला मुभी त हेरेँ, बुझ्न पनि बुझेँ, तर केही त सिकिन भन्ने जस्तो लाग्छ। त्यही भएर मोरल मेसेज मात्र सिक्नको लागि मुभी हेरेर हुँदैन। अब किन भन्दा मोरल मेसेज वाट इज गुड वाट इज ब्याड त अब लगभग हजुरहरूलाई थाहा भइसक्यो नि त। अब चाहिँ हामीले भोक्याबुलरी डेभलपमेन्टको लागि डायलग रिपिटेडली सुन्ने अनि त्यसमा युज भएको वर्ड सबटाइटलतिरबाट गर्नुपर्छ भने रेकर्ड गर्ने, त्यसको मिनिङ डिक्सनेरीमा खोज्ने, अनि त्यसका अरू फर्म वर्डहरू हेर्ने, नाउन फर्म हेर्ने, भाव फर्म हेर्ने, एडभर्ब एडजेक्टिभ हेर्ने, अनि त्यसरी चाहिँ रेकर्ड गर्नु। अनि साथीहरूलाई पनि सेयर गर्नु, आज मैले 3टा नयाँ वर्ड सुने नि, सिकेँ नि त भनेर सेयर गरौँ। त्यसरी चाहिँ ओके गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ है। थ्याङ्क यू सो मच मनिषा। तर यस्तो छ, रुटिनमा हामीले किन 3टा राखेको भन्दा इङ्ग्लिसको त्यति धेरैवटा क्वेसन सोधिँदैन नि त। अब म्याथको, साइन्सको अनि अरू क्वेसनहरू धेरै सोधिन्छ, अनि इङ्ग्लिसको चाहिँ त्यही 10वटा 15वटा क्वेसनहरू मात्र जेनरली सोधिरहेको हुन्छ, बढीमा 20वटै सोध्ला। अनि त्यही भएर अब इङ्ग्लिस चाहिँ क्लास रमाइलो लाग्यो भन्दैमा त्यही मात्रै पढ्नु पनि मिलेन। बट थ्याङ्क यू सो मच फर सेयिङ सो। अब रमाइलो लाग्यो हजुरलाई भने त मैले अर्को 3 दिन फेरि आउँछ नि त, अनि त्यतिखेर पढाउँला नि है। थ्याङ्क यू। ल आज यति नै गरौँ। सबैजनालाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद सुन्नुभएकोमा। कसैलाई केही भन्नु छ भने माइक अन गरेर भन्नुभयो पनि हुन्छ, अथवा च्याटमै भन्नुभयो पनि हुन्छ। अलराइट, थ्याङ्क्स अ लट फर एप्रिसिएटिङ द क्लास, and it is because you appreciate I feel encouraged and motivated to plan well and try to cover up your expectations. फेरि अब हाम्रो यो नेपालको विभिन्न ठाउँबाट तपाईहरु आउनुहुन्छ, कसैको राम्रो हुन्छ, कसैको नराम्रो हुन्छ। मैले एभरेजमा कसको कस्तो छ क्षमता भन्ने कुरालाई दिनदिनै चेक गरिराकै हुन्छु। सो त्यसको आधारमा पनि मैले एक किसिमको माइन्ड मेकअप गरेर प्लान गरिरहेको हुन्छु। सो I hope if you find anything like else, kindly share, and I will definitely do as per your expectations. Okay. Okay, good night everyone. Revise the topics that I have displayed in the screen in green font. अनि यो टपिकहरु रिभाइज गरेर भोलिको क्लासमा मजाले बुझ्नुपर्छ। 20-25 मिनेट कति लाग्छ मैले एक्सप्लेन गर्छु। अनि अरु फिक्स गर्ने कुरा त छँदै नै छ। Alright. Okay, good night everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye, sir. Good night.
Okay, bye bye. Bye bye. Take care and have a great evening as well as good night. Thank you.
Welcome, sir.